New York City, often hailed as the epicenter of the world, is a special and exciting place. Even though it's just one city in America, it feels like a whole world by itself. People from all over come to visit, making it a must-visit destination for travelers worldwide. So here are the 10 best places to visit in New York City. Number 10. The Staten Island Ferry. Hop on the bright orange Staten Island Ferry for a grand adventure, all for free. As the ferry glides across the water, the Statue of Liberty seems to wave hello with their giant torch. The tall buildings of Manhattan stretch out, looking like toys lined up in a row. The ferry's always busy, filled with 22 million people every year, from excited tourists to everyday locals. The 25-minute ride is quick, but packed with stunning views. Want the best seat? Sit on the right side going to Staten Island and the left side coming back. There are 2 outdoor decks to enjoy the fresh air, or you can find snacks and seats inside, but be ready for crowds during morning or evening rides. This ferry is really popular. Number 9. The High Line. The High Line is no ordinary park in New York City. It's a special place where you can walk or bike high above the busy streets, right where trains used to run. This 1.45-mile stretch of green wonder was built in 1934, but then fell silent and forgotten. People almost tore it down, but some caring neighbors stepped in and turned it into an amazing park in 2009. Do you enjoy art that makes you think and smile? You'll find it on the High Line. Want to watch dancers leap and spin or catch a film with the stars overhead? You can do that too. You might even choose to spread out a blanket for a picnic on a grassy lawn way up in the air. Number 8. Brooklyn Bridge. The Brooklyn Bridge is more than just a way to get from one place to another. It's a piece of history in New York City. Built in 1883, it was the biggest bridge in the world at the time. If you ever visit the city, you can walk or ride a bike across it and see some of the most amazing views. Building this bridge was a real adventure. John Roebling started the project, but got really sick after an accident. Then his son Washington took over, but he got sick too. He had to stay in bed for 11 years, and his brave wife Emily stepped in to help finish the bridge. Now, the bridge is a famous spot for tourists. People come from all over to walk, bike, or even fish there. It's also a favorite place for movies and TV shows. When you see the cars zooming by and people walking across, you can almost hear the stories of the past and feel the excitement of being in such a special place. Number 7. Central Park. Central Park is a magical 843-acre playground right in the heart of New York City. You don't have to go far to see squirrels jumping from tree to tree or rabbits hopping through the grass. There's something for everyone. Want to be a captain? You can rent a rowboat on the lake and sail away on an adventure. If animals make you smile, the Central Park Zoo is full of friendly faces from monkeys to lions. But that's not all. Visit the Metropolitan Museum and see art that seems to come alive. Hear the joyful sound of the Bethesda Fountain, or take a spin on the Central Park Carousel. If you're in the mood for a story, the Shakespeare Garden is a great place to pretend you're in one of his plays. Number 6. The Metropolitan Museum of Art. The Met in New York City is no ordinary museum. It's a gigantic treasure chest full of art. It's so big that it covers 1.5 million square feet, which is as huge as 26 football fields. Inside, you'll find more than 2 million works of art from all over the world, including paintings, sculptures, and photographs. Want to see the famous Starry Night by Vincent van Gogh? Or a replica of Leonardo da Vinci's Mona Lisa? They're both at the Met. You can even discover Tutankhamun's golden mask or explore an actual temple. Founded in 1870, the Met has grown into one of the largest and most exciting museums in the world. It's been expanded several times and now has special exhibitions that change throughout the year. These exhibitions can focus on anything from a famous artist to an exciting time period or theme. Number 5. The Museum of Modern Art. The Museum of Modern Art, also known as MoMA, is a museum filled with wonder in the heart of New York City. This place houses famous paintings, such as Van Gogh's Starry Night, where the colors sparkle as if the stars were twinkling right at you. Picasso's crooked faces in Guernica might even seem to grin as you walk by. MoMA started small in 1929, thanks to 3 wise women, but it grew into something huge and impressive. By the 1950s, it was the talk of the art world, home to the most incredible modern creations. Now, MoMA holds over 200,000 breathtaking pieces. There's something for everyone. Want to step into a painting? You can with Van Gogh's swirling night sky. Feel like dancing? Join Matisse's colorful dancers. And you can even splash around in Pollock's wild paint puddles. But MoMA's magic doesn't stop with looking at the art. There are classes, games, and books for kids, adults, and families. You can learn to paint, solve art mysteries, or even take a piece of MoMA's wonder home with you in a book or magazine. Book your next trip like never before with our ebook, Travel on a Dime. With a comprehensive collection of affordable travel destinations, we've simplified the process for you to plan your next getaway. Inside, you'll find expertly selected travel spots that will not break your bank, complete with the most affordable times to visit each location and a multitude of budget-friendly activities to engage in. Don't miss out on this invaluable guide that will revolutionize your travel plans. Click the link in the description section to secure your own copy of Travel on a Dime. Number 4. Times Square. Times Square in New York City is a place filled with bright lights and endless excitement. Have you ever seen a room filled with twinkling Christmas lights? That's what Times Square looks like, but on a much larger scale. At the center of Times Square, Broadway, 7th Avenue, and 42nd Street meet, forming a bow tie shape that stretches 5 blocks long. It's a colorful and lively place where people come to see shows, eat tasty food, and just enjoy the energy of the city. If you love bright and flashy things, you'll be amazed by the digital billboards that light up the area. There's always something going on, and with over 330,000 people passing through each day, you'll never feel alone. Did you know Times Square used to have a different name? It was once called Longacre Square, but it changed in 1904. Since then, it's become a hotspot for tourists and locals who love bright lights, Broadway shows, and the excitement that never stops. If you want to enjoy Times Square without the crowds, try visiting during the day. You can take beautiful photos, relax in Duffy Square, and maybe even see a Broadway show without all the noise. Number 3. The 9/11 Memorial and Museum. In New York City, there's a place that tells an important story. It's called the 9/11 Memorial Museum, and it's a powerful tribute to a day that changed everything. 2 giant pools sit where the Twin Towers once stood. They reflect the sky, and around them, trees sway and benches invite people to sit and reflect. The names of 2,983 people who lost their lives are etched into bronze, a reminder of what happened. Below the pools, there's a museum filled with the pieces of the buildings, photographs, and voices of people who were there. It's a chance to learn about the World Trade Center from when it was built to when it fell. But this place doesn't just remember what was lost. It celebrates the strength and courage of people. It's a symbol of how we can bounce back from anything. If you're curious about history or want to understand this part of America's story, you should see this place. Remember to talk with your family about what happened on September 11th before you visit. It might be a little intense, but it's an important part of our history. Number 2. The Empire State Building. The Empire State Building is no ordinary skyscraper, standing at a jaw-dropping 1,454 feet tall. It was once the tallest building in the world. Built in record time, this 102-story marvel in the heart of New York City is a real-life giant. The Empire State Building has a nickname too. It's named after New York's nickname, the Empire State. If you ever get a chance to visit, you'll find 2 observation decks. One's on the 86th floor, and it's open all the time. The other's on the 102nd floor, but you can only go there when it's warm outside. From up there, you can see up to 80 miles away. Ever watch King Kong or Spider-Man? This movie has been in those movies and more. And every year, more than 4 million people come to visit. You can take a tour and learn all about its history. If you're visiting during Christmas, Hanukkah, or New Year's Eve, the Empire State Building puts on a colorful light show. And here's a fun fact. It has 73 elevators, and they can carry up to 10,000 people every hour. Number 1. Statue of Liberty. The Statue of Liberty stands tall as a symbol of freedom in New York Harbor. You can see her on Liberty Island, and a ferry ride will take you right there. Her crown offers the best views of the city, so be sure to climb up. This colossal statue was a present from the people of France, and it's more than just a beautiful sight. French sculptor Frédéric Auguste Bartholdi designed it, and Gustave Eiffel built the metal framework. Since her dedication on October 28, 1886, Lady Liberty has been welcoming newcomers to America. Made of copper sheets that have turned green over time, the statue stands 151 feet tall and weighs 450,000 pounds. The crown has 7 spikes representing the 7 continents and oceans, and at her feet you'll find broken chains, symbols of freedom from oppression. Want to visit? The statue is open for tours, and you can climb the 354 steps to the crown for a breathtaking view. The torch used to be lit by gas, but now shines with electricity. She was closed to the public for 11 years after a tragic event, but reopened in 2012, all spruced up. Today, the Statue of Liberty is one of the world's favorite spots to visit, with over 4 million people making the trip each year. Which place in New York City do you want to visit the most? Drop it in the comments and subscribe for more amazing travel and tourism content.